Yo, welcome back to the channel, guys. Adam, Benjamin's here. They've just said hello because we've just recorded the weekly video bit. Ben is doing his first fuse board change today, ever. And we're going in with a big one. We're going with a big fuse board. We've got the double bin board, if you remember. Double bin board we started looking at last week. The lads are finishing off some testing, labelling, marking stuff up. Yes? You know what you do? Go on. What are you doing the stickers for?
So that you know what each wire does so we can put it in the right place afterwards.
That's correct. Because we've done the dashes on the lighting circuits, but then we're getting a bit too many dashes now to go across. Yes, the board is live, and yes, Adam is working on it. Is he competent? Yes, he is.
I'll let you touch something once.
Yeah, let me touch something once. Well, you're not wrong there, mate. I'm going to nip off to get some stuff from the wholesalers, but what we're doing is, this is my domain, this bit, so we've got some tray work, which is here. I'm going to put that up there because we need to replace the tails because they go through the fabric of the building, all the way disappear through, can't get up access above because it's a bedroom. They're replacing the trunking, they're going to be moving the board up. There's loads of stuff going on, but these guys are doing it. I'm going to do this stuff. But what I'm going to do is price comparison now. Is the tails, we're putting a KMF switch in here. Do I then run it in armoured, up and across, down? That includes the price of the armoured, that includes the price of the gland, and also an adaptable box to gland it into. Or we get the KMF switch and we just get tails, so I'll get a price for both so you can see in a little bit. I have no issue running the tray work and the tails inside the garage. First of all, aesthetically, I actually think it looked quite nice. Second of all, you got, people say it's not double insulated tails. I beg to differ, I think it's double insulated. You let me know below. Everyone has a different opinion. The tray work will allow us to run the cable from the summer house in and across as well. But I can't see why we'd run armoured in here. If we were running it through the building, through joists or through loft, yes, we would use armoured. But tails here, I think it's going to be bang on. But like I said, I'll let you know pricing wise. The lads are going to start isolating it, going to do safe isolation. I will record all that because a few people recently say, you never show safe isolation, you never show the locking off kit. Sometimes I don't feel like we have to, that's why, because it's different. Back in the day, I was silly the way I used to do things when I worked by myself. We just turn things off. Everyone does it. Today, we're all electricians, and we know for a fact we're naughty, and we've just put a piece of tape over a breaker. But when you've got apprentices, especially Adam, I don't want him dying. I don't want his mum at my front door saying, what's happened to Adam? I'll be like, oh, actually, he licked a cable. And same thing we don't want to happen with Ben. They're both at college, both doing the portfolio. They know how to do these things, so we'll show them doing it, and then we can start working safely.
Right, so we're all labelled up now. These ones all got dashes. We're about to go and do safe isolation outside. Show Ben how to do safe isolation on the, isolation switch. And we'll lock that off and everything, and come back in here and obviously test on the main tails and everything like that to prove that it's dead. But yeah, so they've all got dashes on, like Nick said. These have all got makeshift cable flag things. So yeah, we'll do that, prove dead, and then I've literally just got to test the rings. So like here, this has got number 4 on, so 1, 2, 3, 4, so that's a 32 amp, so there should be 2 with number 4. One of them, there's 2 anyway, so that's each leg of the ring. So obviously I'll rip all this off once it's safe, and test each one individually. Well, you know, testing the ring how you do, but as you can see, currently it's quite hard to test. Right, so Ben's here, just showed him. I think you can we've got the locking off kit here, we've got all sorts of stuff in there, but typical, we don't have. I'm pretty sure I've seen online, you can get like a double one for these ISOs where it goes through. There's like 100 different ways you can do it, but as you can see, I put it through the one side and locked it off. Obviously got the key in my pocket, and just to demonstrate, it is safe that side. No one's outside if it did come live. Look, you can't, like, that's me lifting up that switch. You can't get that, give it a good wiggle, don't pop out. Do you know what I mean? That's safe to me. And obviously we'll shut this up and then do the key that everyone's got anyway, just another layer of security. But now we'll go test the other side, yeah? Right, so I just showed Ben how you can do it with the continuity tester. Obviously showed in the process. He's already been showing it at college, but like proving unit, test all the combinations, then proving unit again, and then obviously lock off, keep the key in your pocket and all that jazz. But now, rather than using that, because obviously that tester is alright, but obviously it's better to use your Mega. So we've got the Mega out. He's just doing the combination now, so I'm just showing him obviously on the main switch, and then also double checking on the bars as well at the top, like we said, just in case something is backfed for a baker somehow. Like, say like a attached house, you never know really, something could be backfed. So just getting him to do that. Obviously I'm overseeing him, even though I'm still an apprentice. So we've tested one ring already, this is the second one. I think we've got a few more, and then we'll rip all this trunking off, mate. We haven't got any 4x2 here, so we'll eye up the board where the board goes, get the wood frame. So what we're going to do is get some of this wood and, like I said before, make a U. So we'll get that done, and then we'll eye the board up onto the wood, get the board secured, and then we'll just wait for Nick to come back with the tray fixings and the fixings for the plastic trunking.
I'm back now, so I'm trying to get a bit more footage for you guys. I'm going to start doing the tray. I'm just waiting on a phone call from the wholesaler for comparison for the armoured and the tails. We're going to use the existing 16mm earth, which is in the wall. Was points me buying it all again when it's already run across to there. The lads have already done the safe isolation. They used what they should have done. See here, got proven unit, all for the TIS stuff. So yeah, they're doing good. They're framing it all off now. I'm not sure if Adam told you, but they're going to do a wooden back frame to frame it off. That's going to do a U shape, so you can kind of get your fingers underneath. You can from the top, but that's all pretty much going to be sealed by the trunking anyway. I'm going to do this tray work now. Got this. We'll get a bit of footage for that, whether it's on this video or another video. I don't know yet. So I'm going to trial it, see how it works. If not, and I've got a chest one as well. I just realised now the amount of footage I'm not getting because we're too busy, which is understandable. This is what we do for day in, day out for a job. But if I can stick a GoPro on and we can use clips, it might be too... Anyway. Right. Ben keeps... Every time Ben looks at me, he's... You're like an idiot. Thanks, Ben. Adam's just getting on with that. I've just had the text from the wholesalers about the tails. So, Flexi Tails, my local wholesaler, this is not expert, so this is the stuff I just pick up as and when I need it. Obviously, expert is nowhere near me. Everything I need from them is posted. I can't just nip to them. It's about an hour and R40, wasn't it, when we went to expert?
Yeah, up Manning.
Up Manchester. Manchester. That's obviously an in-betweeners joke. But yeah, Flexi Tails, I get £3.54 from Power Electrical, plus the VAT. And then if I was to get the armoured, 3-core 25mm armoured instead of this, it would be £9.90. So, and then on top of that, you've got a gland pack and then an adaptable box to gland it into. So you're looking at way more money. So for me here, this is nice and easy to do. It's visually delicious. As I'm screwing this in, I've only just screwed it into, I don't have any plugs in it because it's all wooden battened within the RSJ to allow the plasterboard to stick to it. So I'm just screwing into that and then I'm going to grind down some of these bolts afterwards. Right, the boys are back in town.
Right, wait there. I need to get
InSynced here.
Yes.
You still don't know what InSynced is, do you? Do you know what InSynced is?
I've heard of that.
Adam? Any idea what InSynced is? Just a guess, Ben.
InSync?
InSync, yeah. InSync.
Like together? Yeah.
Yeah, but like someone is called InSynced. InSync? InSynced?
Are they in sync though, yeah?
You know who Justin Timberlake is, yeah?
Yeah.
He used to be in a band years ago when I was younger. You two look like you've been in a band, like a really bad one, but...
I'm confused.
Oh, it doesn't matter, mate. Adam's got the framework up. He's notched out a little bit of the wood there to pass this cable that comes in and up. It's a little lean through. I presume, Ad, when you've got this on, you're letting Ben have a play, yeah?
Yeah, I'm just doing the faffy bit for him. I'm explaining what's what though.
Yeah, no, sweet as. A lot of cables there. You can snip off the tails in a minute. Obviously, they're going. Right. There's not a lot to film. Stuck like an idiot. There's not a lot to film at the moment. Adam is just getting all the prep work done with Ben, but Ben is helping. Adam's got the trunking in, getting 2 lengths, and then he's going to start feeding it all through. I've gone through and done the tray work. There is metal cable ties going in. There's one thing I've not done, because I don't own it, which is the galv spray for the end of the tray where I've cut it. Oh, yeah. So please leave that down in the comment box section below. Tell me what a piece of doo-doo I am for forgetting that. Oh, it's a big thing in commercial. If you don't spray the end of... Have you done it at college where you got spray? Yeah, you got to spray because it either corrodes or whatever. Rusts, I think. But it'll be fine here because we'll just spray some oil on it. Jobs are good, no problem. Ben, it's your house, so if it rusts, just go afterwards and just paint it, okay? Yeah, cool. I've got that across down and there. I'm going to now get the tails in, which are here. And there's a 4mm going in. There's no earth to go in because it's already here. I wasn't going to buy another 16mm earth. That's allowed to run through the fabric of the building. That's not an issue. What waste of money redoing that. It'll just look a bit odd without an earth cable running down with it.
This one for tails?
That one's just for tails.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think so. But our biggest thing is, in a second, is we've got to get the tails from the edge of the tray into the board. But we might just fish it up and put it in the side of the trunk and back down just for neatness because there's not a great way that we can do this without looking at perfect, is there?
I mean, technically, do we even need an overlay for trunking?
We don't, that's what I'm saying. If we've got a tails gland in, but we'll have to pinch the earth from here to make sure they're going through the same entry.
Yeah.
Or you can just tuck them behind and put them in the tail clamp.
Yeah, just do bring the earth down here.
Yeah.
Bring it in there.
And pass it through.
There, and then
that won't really matter because people to do with it, like Ben, so I'll explain this to you as well. You're meant to run to regs. It's really only for 3-phase because it's a lot more high current. You have to bring your main tails and your earth through the same hole, okay? Because you have a thing called eddy currents where it creates a magnetic field, and so if you put them through the same entry hole, the earth and the neutral cancel out the live. That's the theory behind it. But for a domestic, which I've done it before, they would say eddy currents, but you never draw enough power or current through the cable to actually generate this magnetic field. Yeah. So it's not really a bad thing, but it's not good practice to do, is it? So I'm still like an idiot, yeah. But for here, we still need a length of trunking because you've got that 6mm cable there, and you've got a 4mm coming.
I'll throw that one over.
Oh, I'm back. I'll show you what I've done in a minute.
Now, that's just the last one, yeah?
Right. Yeah. They're going in. They're in. They're just sorting out what they want to do. But what I wouldn't have done, what Adam has done, is only put a couple of screws in the board. So he's going to bring them all down. The board's going to come back off. He's going to poke them through. I wouldn't have done that.
Why? Smart.
No, because I just wouldn't know. I'm so used. You put the board on. It's in place. You feed the stuff to it. But what you've done makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, we're on. Yeah, right. Well, we've done it together, haven't we, so far? Just getting the board on, messed around with the trunking. Nick's done all the tray work. Here we've put a nice swooping bend, obviously not too much of a radius and that. I've used the cable ties here to stop it rubbing up against that. Nice and level, take that off now. So we're going to tidy all this up, push all these back and get all the trunking lids on. Just got a bit of lid work to do up there. But like Nick says, so using the bits of wood to create the U shape all the way around it, then that allows no one to get the fingers up behind, but it's allowed us enough room like that to step all the cables behind, poke them through. So that's one bonus of using it this way. The only downside is the little bits of wood I used probably weren't the best suitable, so this one split a bit in the corner, but I've managed to get a good fixing into the wall using a longer screw, so I've rectified that.
Oh, well, the lock it off kit. Thing is, that's how it works, isn't it? So you're working on the board, you hold the keys, you have the power. Right, this is where Ben's at. Looking tasty. If you jump up there, mate, so what he's done is going to go off the bottom first. These will all be 6 amps except for the lift, which is this one. So we'll put that one in as a 20 amp because it's 2.5.
Is it that one?
Yeah, it's that one. It should be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sweet. Have you latched any of it on the din rail before? You never put anything in. So put the top in and then push the bottom down, and that hooks onto it. What breaker is that size? B6. Right, so just do it on the left-hand side. That's that, and then push the bottom in. It clicks. Right, that's in. So we need to count how many you need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we need to get 7 more 6 amps. Adam's getting them all out. 20. And what we'll do, Ben, is from the left-hand side, I found it easy if you start from the furthest point, because we want to make these as neat as possible. So we'll tuck down here, go across, and then link.
This little gap.
Yeah, well, no, we can sit it on top because it'll hide behind the breakers, and then we find the corresponding number that'll link to it. So what we do find, if we get the buzz bar in a little bit, we hold it in place, we count how many we want, we can put them all together. It'll make sense when we start doing it, because it's difficult sometimes to eye that up to what number it goes to. Yeah. So we've got 8 breakers, 8 6s, and a 120. So we know this one, the furthest one, is going to go to 9. Obviously, we can't get the position of 9 there, so we'll get the bus bar, whatever you want to call it, find 9, and we'll work from there. We'll make that cable off, and then you'll keep going and going and going to the point where we're full up, and then we can start terminating. So if you start banging them in, mate. Can you get the buzz bar?
Goes in that one there.
No. There.
Oh, yeah.
So you can count the top now. So just take it away now. You just lost 2. So count how many you've got on there. No, yeah, you take it off and just count -2. 13.
Yeah, so we can move that back up so all the power ones are up there.
Yeah, so you want to do the 20 amp and just have the 6s at the bottom.
14.
So you've got 14. Yeah, so that counts as, so 14, so that's sound. So if you want to bring that one up till you got the 20 amp, it's completely up to you. All this is just me and Adam doing things, so you've got 6s together, 20s and 32s, so they're all matching, if you know what I mean.
So you want me to bring the lift one up here?
If you want to, do that. It's a 20 amp. Yeah, well, I wouldn't say, it doesn't really make much of a difference. Everyone says... Yeah, so we just realised the microphone went flat. So it's completely up to you. You've got loads of ways, sharing. I don't know how much I got, but the heat dissipation. So if you... The derating factor, if you put all the high loads together at the top, the high loads will generally get hotter on the breakers. And if they're all bunched together, it would degrade the value of the breaker. So a 32 could be a 20 amp. lot of people say that. We've never known that ever happened.
It's after a lot of time.
Yeah, with a lot of high loads. If it was a factory or something with a lot of load on, yeah. But it's a house. You know, you've got, how many ring mains was it? 4 ring final circuits, sorry boys?
4 or 5.
So you've got everything shared so nicely between different circuits, I wouldn't really worry. But you do what you want. Either bring the 2 6mm down here, push the 6 amps across and have them together. But it's completely your choice. Because the cables are more than long enough, you can do whatever you want really.
Right, so Ben's done, I've just shown him how to terminate an RCBO. So he's done the lift supply one, obviously got the earth sleeving on, terminated the live in and the neutral, and done the fly lead. He's put all the fly leads in for the other RCBOs. So with these ones, we've done the dashes, so like the traditional trick that we're doing like your smaller fuse boards. So that's for the bottom RCBOs, and then the top ones, as you can see, we've got all the cable flags. So he's just figuring out what's what. I've got the list, so I'm writing down where he's putting what on the new board, so then when it comes to the certificate we've already tested the house, and obviously we're going to do some tests after, so it can all match up.
Ben's having super duper fun. The bottom of the board is made off. I've just said to him about the straightness of the cables. He said, "Oh, Nick, I'm not done yet. I want to get them in place and I have a little tart up with it afterwards." That's my word, that he didn't use that. But yeah, decent. Ben knows now as well. It was sort of Adam got in the way. Adam put his oar in. With the blanks that have gone in, Adam never said to shift these over, so we can do that after as well. He's got his pairs for his rings. He's brought the 32 amps, so there's 2 6mm of 4mm going on the right hand side. Then you've got 4 rings and then 2 radials, so he's going to space them out. Whether or not you put a space in between the 32s and a spare breaker and then the 20s. But yeah, done it all himself. I've not touched the board. Actually, I haven't touched it whatsoever. You know, Adam's done most of it. I've done all my bit around here. Metal cable ties gone in afterwards, spaced out every 3 cable ties. I'm having a tidy up. Adam's doing some smoke alarms. There's 2 smoke alarms to do, but I'm going to have to nip off in a minute to go and that British gas job though with the guy didn't turn up. I've got to go and nip and do that in a little bit, so we've got some spare tails. But Adam's going to be keeping an eye on him for a little bit. Ben's got the keys for locking off kit, so nothing's going to go in live until he wants it to, which is nice. Yeah, so far so good. Right guys, straight after. I've back-to-back recording. It's 10 past. It's 10 past 5. Ben's getting there. He's realised he's got the shoulder ache now. He's got the back ache now.
Oh, that's gone. I'm just in pain.
It's the toes. He's really getting somewhere. He's got 1, 2. What's that? 5 breakers left.
Too many.
Too many. 5 too many. And then we can start putting the buzz bars in. Adam did say, and I'm going to throw Adam under the bus. I mean, normally I'd do the same. We would liven up the bottom part of the board, which has got all the lighting circuits on, so we can get the lights on in here and in the house, which ideally would be, and it's a great idea, and it would work if I was doing it, or even if you were doing it.
Yeah.
Adam is competent now. He's just as good as I am. It's your first Fuseboard, mate. But that means Ben would then be working on a live board, and for his first time, and the competency isn't there yet. We all know this. He's first new to it. So doing that for us, I would happily do that. You just be careful. But the thing is, if we do it when you start stripping the earth, you get one going in the main terminal here or anything up here. The cable you're holding is then live, and that's a no-no. You shouldn't be working live, and especially like that. I'll happily do it. It's my life, but I don't want Ben to do it. So especially, well, to be fair, I haven't got far to tell your mum, have I?
No.
I'll just nip it off.
She'll probably hear it.
Ben's hurt himself. It's 10 past 6, so it's been hours since we last spoke, but Ben is done. Look at that. Ignore this. This is the one we don't know what it does. We've decided as a group, I decided that we're going to leave that one disconnected because we don't know what it does. And Ben's going to have a little fiddle over the next couple of days and turn things on and off and see if anything is not working. Just wait. Oh yeah, it's all off. Yeah, it's still off. It's fine. Go on. So with these, because the DIN rail's now in at the buzz bar, pull this all the way down. There you go, and that will then slot straight on. No, you see, look.
It is.
There you're hooked on, that's it. And then now you can.
I have to flip it at the back.
That's it. Just allows. That's how you can take. Cause back in the day, breakers never did it. So if you wanted to take that out, you had to take everything out, and it was a pain in the bottom. Right, we're going to take locking off, cutting this off in a second. We'll do the tests that we need to do, and then we'll run through it. But we just really want to get some lights on, and it's getting a bit dark now.
And then just have a look, see if you've got a You know your cooker isolation switch? I'm pretty sure you got one of them horrible... Why is that light's gone? Oh, is that the sensor?
Yeah, yes,
One of them
so.
horrible.
You know that I think
It's
you got
alright.
one with a big switch. Have you got one with a plug on it or not? I think it's just a big
Anyway,
switch.
what we've been doing, I've just recorded all this and realised that the microphone wasn't on. You would have thought I'd learned by now. Adam, punch
I'm
me in the
gonna do it
neck.
to you.
Oh, please. So what we did, we've already done our R1s and R2s earlier when we took the board off. You did that. We did our IRs. I don't know why I'm so hard to say that. We're now going to do our RCD trip times. We're getting our live test, our ZEs done and our ZS is done.
It's off. Oh, is your mum using the oven? Oh.
It's going to have to go. It's going to have to go.
Which one is it?
So many people talking. For which one?
5.
The cooker, number 5.
3, 4, 5.
Right, let's try and start this again. But what we're doing now, the iPad's flat because my daughter used it yesterday. It wasn't plugged back in, watching stupid YouTube videos. We've got a schedule of works here. We've got the work here from yesterday, or the day before, because we did in the ICR. Adam and Ben figured out exactly what does what everywhere. If you haven't watched that video, go and check it out because it's so good. But now it's literally just live tests. I want to put stickers on the board today because my label maker is empty. I'm not doing labels, and I think the stickers that come with the boards are pretty naff compared to what we can make. So Ben's gonna have a copy of exactly what does what. I'll order a new cartridge and we'll get that tomorrow. Fingers crossed with Amazon Prime. Delicious. So far so good. Ben has done a cracking job, hasn't he, Ad? Genuinely, for his first ever Fuseboard. It's a double DIN board from Expert Electrical. Check the code below. Bundy 10 for 10% off if you want to get one. I did the tray work on a separate video, and yeah, most Sparks that I've seen for their very first Fuseboard looks nothing like that. And I've had no input. And you've barely done much. You've just showed him the principle of it.
No, if anything, I've showed him like you say, the principle, and then if he's got stuck, I've not really done anything. I'm just like, he's just probably being too gentle with it because it's his first time.
Yeah, sure.
I'm just like kind of like trying to hide the slack. He's just been gentle. I've just like rammed it down. Do you know
There's
what
a
I
few,
mean?
if I'm being picky, a little bit too much copper showing here.
Yeah.
It makes no difference whatsoever. The bends aren't the right height, and there's cables pushed up there. But that's not a criticism at all to say it's a bad job. It's just things that Ben can look at to improve on next time. But like I say, first board, absolutely fantastic. Genuinely very impressed. And obviously, it's elephant in the room because I know this is going to come up in the comment section. I am not earthing the tray, which is there, for 2 reasons. One, I don't want it to be part of the electrical installation. At the moment, it has double insulated cable, which I'll stand by on it. So there's no way, shape or form it will become live under fault condition. And the second reason, I can't remember. I had it all mapped out a second ago, I can't remember. But I haven't done it before when I've done this, and I've had people saying, yes, you have to. I've had a lot of people saying, no, you don't have to, you're correct. I'm sticking with it, I'm not going to. Please let me know in the comment section below if you would do this. But by running a bonding cable to it, I am then incorporating that into the installation. So if there's any fault going, let's say up the earth where it shouldn't do, it's then going to make the tray work live, in my opinion. So yeah, drop them below. But genuinely, Ben and Adam on here, they have been amazing today. I'm very proud. Proud dad moment when they're not my kids, but you know what I mean.
You ain't gotta go far, have you?
Done.
Already here.
Right. Did you enjoy it? Honestly, was it all right?
Yeah.
I know it got very tedious at the end, but you did a good job, mate. Well done. You did all right.
Yeah.
I'm not praising you too much.
Not too bad.
Not too bad. So yeah, sweet as pie. Do you know what that deserves? Everyone to like and subscribe, isn't it, Ben?
Yes.
Brilliant. Right, see you next one. Take care now. Bye bye then. Bye.
Bye.
Right.